Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sipniewski, your crypto queen. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. I'm here to remind you to only buy on that red candle. And Lord knows we had plenty of red candles today. Listen, this is not financial advice at all. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only. And initially I wanted to make this video because I wanted to talk about Saitama and let you know exactly what I thought about this big, huge thing that was supposed to happen and how I feel it's a little bit of a letdown. But I'm going to get to that later. I'm going to pocket that for now because I want to talk about the bigger news. BitMart was hacked. Now, initially, I didn't really believe they had been hacked. I just thought maybe SafeMoon crashed again, and that was that. But no, indeed, let me go to Twitter and see what this guy said. So Sheldon Jha, who is the founder and CEO of BitMart, released 3 tweets. So I'll read you the first one. We have identified a large-scale security breach related to one of our Ethereum hot wallets and one of our BSC hot wallets. At this moment, we are still concluding the possible methods used. The hackers were able to withdraw assets of the value of approximately $150 million. Ouch. The second tweet reads, the affected Ethereum hot wallet and BSC hot wallet carries a small percentage of assets on BitMart. All of our other wallets are secure and unharmed. We are now conducting a thorough security review and we will post updates as we progress. The third and final tweet says, at this moment, we are temporarily suspending withdrawals until further notice. We beg for your kind understanding and patience in this situation. Thank you very much. You know, they have to stop the hemorrhaging. In case there is another breach, they can't allow anything to leave at this point. They've got to just lock it down. So that's completely understandable. However, some people were unhappy because of this. They were trying to move their assets out of BitMart. Now they can't, so they're a little unhappy. We all know the price of SafeMoon has been slowly coming down over the past couple of weeks. And just to give you a little bit of a for instance, a couple of weeks ago when I initially bought into SafeMoon, what I paid $80 for back then, I just purchased 20 minutes ago for $15. So I added some to my bags, not a lot, because I still don't know what's going to happen with BitMart with the exchange as a whole. I mean, so as of right now, SafeMoon is down by 35%. Earlier, when I purchased my tokens, it actually said it was down by, it was closer to 50%. Saitama was another one of the affected wallets. And this one, I don't know that this was that much affected because every time I look at BitMart, it seems like Saitama is always just right in this area. It's always right in the mid to low 50s. Now, I know everyone was expecting a big, huge pump with this huge news that they were going to release, but I don't think the whole boxing thing was that big a deal. I really don't. Just because some boxer wore a hat that says Saitama on it, number one, who's really going to pay attention to that? Number two, could anyone actually see that it said Saitama? And is somebody going to Google what his hat said? Do I think it's going to pump the price of Saitama up that much? I don't think so. Listen, I know the people who are die-hard Saitama people are going to be upset with me for saying that, but I can't be anything but truthful with you, and I can't look at these coins with anything but a logical sense. There's only one coin that I'm able to kind of not use my logical thinking about, and that's Shiba Inu. That's just that's my YOLO token where I don't care. I'm just in the Shiba army and that's that. These other tokens, I have some more money in and I'm a little more invested in the outcome and I want to, use my mind to say, okay, this is only going down, I should get out now, or this is going down, let me add to my bags. Like I can't look into the camera and start howling and tell you we're going to the moon and all of this stuff when I just don't think that's going to happen for a very long time. We may never even leave the launch pad. We don't know at this point. I don't know who Russ has advising him, but he went on Twitter last week and he's like, I got this really big news, only I just can't tell you about it. And I've heard that from him a couple of times, and I don't want to hear that anymore. Don't go on an AMA only to say, I can't tell you anything, because that defeats the purpose of an Ask Me Anything. You're saying, you can ask me anything, only I just can't answer right now. Like, that's not helpful. And to me, it seems like every time this guy talks, the price of the coin goes down. Have you noticed that? Because I have. It feels to me that they desperately need the help of a professional marketing firm, someone that can advise them, because it just seems like they drop the ball one time after another. It's starting to look very clumsy, and he's starting to look a little sketchy. And I think you know what I'm talking about. So last week when he got on the AMA and he said he had this huge news and it was so big that he couldn't tell us about it because he wasn't sure about all the laws and the contracts and all this, whatever. There was a rumor going around that somehow we were getting The Rock to talk about Saitama. Now, somebody just didn't pluck the name The Rock out of nowhere. That had to be a seed planted by someone somewhere, because for the last couple days, everybody's like, oh, The Rock is going to start talking about Saitama. Like, everyone has talked about that. Oh, we got The Rock. The Rock is going to, oh, The Rock is on our side. Look out. And they're howling and we're going to the... No. Who started that rumor? Like, that had to be put out by someone considered like a good source to even begin to spread that rumor, right? No one's just going to be like, someone really big, it must be The Rock. Like, no one's going to come up with that on their own. But we quickly found out it was BS, only to find out that we got a boxer wearing our hat. It's not that big a thing. I'm sorry, but it's nuts. It all just, I don't know, to me, it just seems shifty. And believe you me, for my own pocketbook's sake, I hope I'm wrong. So anyway, I was watching another channel and this guy was talking about he had just purchased a large amount of Safe Moon this morning. Like, he purchased an additional $25,000 worth of Safe Moon because, the price had crashed again and he wanted to add to his bags. And the rumor just started going around that BitMart, in fact, had been hacked. He was freaking out. So what he did was he sold off his Safe Moon, converted that into Tether, and then bought Cardano with the Tether and then moved it over into another wallet, like some whole big convoluted plan before BitMart locked down. And he's like, I hope that BitMart somehow reimburses us for the money that we lost. And I'm thinking, if you didn't sell your Safe Moon, you wouldn't have lost anything, because I think the price is only going to go up from here. But now this dude sold the Safe Moon. Of course, you're not going to get your money back because you sold it. Like, if you don't sell it, you're not going to lose it. None of us lost our Safe Moon tokens. I still have the same amount of Safe Moon and Saitama, and I think the other coin that was affected was Baby Moon Floki for whatever reason. I don't have less tokens of those in my account, just the value of them has dropped significantly. I don't know what gave this guy the bright idea to do all of that and to get all of his stuff off BitMart. They're not going to do anything for him. It's not like he just moved his Safe Moon. He went about it in this big, huge, convoluted way and then moved it somewhere else. He should have just left it as Safe Moon and then moved it. Because at that point, I don't even think they had locked BitMart down yet, because he was able to get his Cardano out of there. Or maybe he converted it into Cardano later. I can't remember the story, because it was like this whole convoluted thing. And I remember thinking, like, why, out of all the coins, why would he choose Cardano? Like, why that one? But anyway, I think there's going to be nothing he can do now, because it's gone now at this point. I don't think they're going to do anything. I think this guy was much better off leaving his position in BitMart in Safe Moon. What do you guys think? I mean, BitMart in some way has to be insured. I'm sure you can't just operate an exchange and not be insured in case there ever is a hack like this. Ooh, the price of Safe Moon got down to 102. Oh man, I thought I was lucky to get the dip at like 140. It was down to 102. Like, we almost gained another zero. Wow. So I'm just checking Twitter to see if Sheldon has said anything else. No. So, I mean, of course, his hands are probably a little full right now, but I picture him in a room full of his security geeks and also a room full of lawyers saying, okay, Sheldon, no more public statements until, we put something together for you to put out because, they're putting out fires and they don't want him to say anything publicly that can then come back on him. So I'm sure we're not going to hear anything else from Sheldon tonight. They'll probably put together a nice little statement for him to release tomorrow. And with this latest crash and this latest hack, you can see why it's so important that you don't put anything into the crypto market or any market that you can't afford to lose, because it can be gone just like that. I mean, it can be there and looking like you're prospering one minute, and it can be nothing the very next moment. Like, you just don't know. So don't put money into the crypto market or even the stock market that you need to pay your bills. So down in the comment section below, I'd like to hear from you guys. Do you think that the Saitama news was as big and mind-blowing as you thought it would be? Or do you think it was a little bit of a letdown, but you're okay with it? I really want to get a sense of what you're thinking, because I'm let down. Well, that's going to do it here for me today. I thank you so very much for joining me. And remember, only buy on that red candle.